AShinyObject.
Monsters, fight! Godzilla 90s.
Welcome friends, welcome neighbors. Today we are getting closer to finishing the Trendmasters-a-thon. So with Trendmasters and their standard 90s Heisei Godzilla figure, he's pretty much got everything a standard Heisei Godzilla would probably need. Skin dark as the night, dorsal fins bluer and true than Sonic himself. Beady red eyes, an adorable face, somehow a painted tongue, some painted teeth, claws, and toenails. Beyond all that, this guy is detailed up like a dream. I mean, for a figure of its size, for a figure of its stature, this was pretty damn good for the price point in which we were paying back in the day. I don't remember. I mean, I wasn't buying toys at that age. But there was definitely no arguments being had for how the figures looked and how little we were paying. I really do love how Trendmasters applied the blue paint to that of Godzilla's dorsal fins. It's like they're not silver. It looks like they're glowing through the cracks almost. Did Trendmasters have a hand in the Monsterverse? Because this... I really do like how it looks. This is honestly a very cool look for that of Godzilla. And as we all know, Trendmasters, they were the goats, so they painted their tails all the way to the tip, which I believe even at that point Bandai wasn't doing regularly just yet. Maybe. A lovely Godzilla figure, only to be followed up by...
Mothra.
Now, this Mothra doesn't come to us from the box set that, I want to say at least 98% of these figures come from. This is actually from a 2-pack that featured both Mothra and Godzilla. No, Trendmasters Mothra took the liberties and just kind of went nuts with it. Yeah, these wings are not accurate, but they are colorful, they are stylized, and they are damn cool. Yeah. Both wings. They're both cool. I like the red fur. I think that's cool. And then when it comes to Mothra herself, I mean, red, white, gray, a little bit of blue. Yeah, this is a very weird Mothra design. I don't think Mothra's ever technically had eyes like this, but they look cool, and they kind of look like golf balls. The detail all along her body is honestly done really, really nice. Really, the only downside is that the figure... is really only painted on one side. Movie Monster Series Mothra 1992 wasn't the first Mothra to do that. I was wrong. But beyond the fact that the bottom of Mothra's wings over here are paler and whiter than I am, the details are nice, and at least Mothra's body will be fully painted. I mean, take a look at these legs here. They don't even look like legs. They look like one of those power panel puzzles that you gotta do in Resident Evil. You gotta connect this one to that one, and then loop this one down here, and then connect this one up here, and then you can open the door and get away from whatever the fuck that was.
Hi, honey. I'm home.
I've got nothing but good things to say about Mothra, even with her white woman disposition down here. Details, fantastic. Eyes, they fuck with me so much, but I dig it. And overall, we've got a make and model, a colorway here that I think, while a little reliant on that of red, is still pretty dang cool. Next.
Mecha-King Ghidorah.
So Mecha-King Ghidorah this time around is going to be sporting some movie-accurate colors, even though his head's definitely probably not. Get over here. Still, I dig the super-duper dragon-esque look that Trendmasters gave to King Ghidorah. The blood-red eyes, the webbing in between his horns and everything. The King Ghidorah detail is nice. We do have the addition of this detail over here, which unfortunately will not be painted. It's supposed to be silver. We all know this by now. We've all seen the movie. But this figure right here, I think, is just as old as the movie, if by a few years. You know, I just took a look at a King Ghidorah figure not too long ago, the Haya 1991. I bet that's going to date whenever this video comes out. And I know I had a field day with it in the first video of this set that I did, but the gravy looking color for the inside of the mouth and the blood red of the tongue with the gravy color below it, not to mention painted teeth, yeah, Trendmasters cooked significant, and I'll never take that away from them. I know you just got on there, but we gotta rip you off. The Mecha-King Ghidorah head is utterly beautiful, fantastic, extremely on point. Sorry, my arms were getting tired, but yeah, the silver, the soul color on this thing being the green eyes, I mean, this just looks hilarious and freaky. You got games on your phone? Look at that detailing. My goodness gracious. That's some good shit right there. Wow. And once again, I don't know how hard I can stress it. Trendmasters, they were the trendsetters. They were doing shit that other companies couldn't even fucking dream of. I miss them. I miss them so. Now, as for the rest of the figure, we're going to get premium King Ghidorah details, both mechanized and organic. You can see the little cockpit in there. You can see all these little techno-monological fucking Nicky, all that other shit kind of details going on here. And I think my favorite part of this figure is actually going to remain the wings over here. I love all those tiny little details, both on the membranes and the mechanized versions and shit. And I think my favorite part of this figure is always going to be the wings. I mean, the tiny, minute details over here, on the chicken strips, the whole 9 yards. Seriously, this was giving Bandai HG a run for their money, even though these figures were technically bigger. Even on the back, 1994. Okay, wow, I'm old. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And then we move into the tail, and the clubbed tails at the ends aren't going to be painted, but you can see the vision. You can hear and appreciate it, I imagine. I mean, seriously, look at all of this, and then look at these. If something had to be taken, if something had to be left alone, I'm glad it's the tail tips and nothing going on over here, because yes, yeah, the heads, they can swivel. I mean, you can take them out, so of course they can swivel. That's pretty much it, though, for this figure. Nothing at the legs, nothing at the wings. I mean, if you pull too hard on the wings, they'll come off. And, oh, I lied. I forgot. You have to insert his anus. Tail movement. Fuck me sideways and call me Molly Ringwald. Yeah, you get some movement at the tail and the heads for King Ghidorah, and that's pretty much it. Next.
Anguirus.
My man and Goo Goo Dolls dizzy up the Kaiju. If his repainted version didn't give you fucking whiplash, this'll probably be a bit better, but still, the colors present here are seriously cool. Bro's Carapace, aka Backpack of Death over here, is gonna be looking pretty plain. Love the detailing on it, all the little dots and all that fun stuff. Seriously, I think it's fucking hilarious that Anguirus is so fucking pythoned up when it comes to his arms. Trendmasters really did make all of their Kaiju buff MFs. Anguirus' tail is going to be pointy and thorny and dangerous on every which side. That's okay, that's all cool, because let's talk about this underbelly. Purple. I never knew I needed purple on an Anguirus figure until I looked at these figures for the first time with serious intent of reviewing today. Yeah, this is just awesome. And since Anguirus' skin isn't technically black, it's kind of like this weird off-green almost. I feel like this just clashes and totally does the figure a hell of a lot of favors here. Not only are you brightening up the disposition for, more of the details to be seen, again, I just like the clash of it. On top of that, Anguirus has neon green fuck-off eyes, which is awesome. The inside of his mouth isn't going to see any kind of crazy variations like that of King Ghidorah, or Mecha-King Ghidorah in this case, but everything else the figure presents is just so stylized, colorful, and cool that I really can't be mad at what was done here. If this is what a Heisei Anguirus could have looked like in the movies, I think we've been properly robbed. It shouldn't have been MechaGodzilla 2, technically 3. It should have been Anguirus. Juiced. Next.
Space Godzilla.
He is blue, he is multicolored, and he is easily one of the most memorable colorways to come out of Trendmasters ever. And unlike his super edgy I just discovered Slipknot repaint that we looked at last time, I mean, was that technically last? No, I did a bunch of Godzilla 98 things, so wording. Man, this thing just gets me so nostalgic. Blue Space Godzilla, all white crystals and dorsal crystals, and you've got this underbelly that just looks like friggin' candy, and this head crest that just looks like Christmas. It's hard not to love this colorway for Space Godzilla. I mean, it's legendary amongst collectors at this point. Super 7 technically did this as a poster color version for their Space Godzilla Ultimate. I'm just waiting for the day that X Plus does it at this point. I mean, they did Imperial Godzilla 1962. Let's see what happens. It'd be cool. Just overall detailing, paint, Space Godzilla is a dream come true, always and forever. And I know it would likely never happen, but I would love a new Space Godzilla mold from the Movie Monster series sporting these colors so much. Oh, now next.
Batra Airstrike.
Mothra's younger brother who discovered Scandinavian metal. Oh yeah, Batra was done a huge service, I feel, because I think Trendmasters just made bro look even cooler. Again, not 100% accurate to what we saw in the movie, but the colorway. The red on black instead of black on red, with all the little yellow markings in there. Dude, this is just cool. You could present the Trendmasters line as just alternate takes for all of these monsters. But it gets even better once we look at Batra's face, and my god, look at him. He's so pissed off. I love it. The fact that this thing has pupils and he doesn't look in any way fucking goofy. I mean, he looks a little goofy, but still, you gotta give Trendmasters credit. 1994, 95, 96, 97, 98, and probably 99 to at least maybe a point in 2000. They were doing a great job. But just like Mothra, yeah, bro's gonna be blank on the underside, looking like candied tongue. But the detailing on the body, the obviously discernible legs, they definitely look more discernible than that of Mothra's. This, again, it looks like the Resident Evil puzzle. These actually look like legs. This is a great Batra figure. And I do wish Trendmasters made more Batra figures because I'm pretty sure Batra only had these and maybe the little red button roar figures, and that's it. Which is a crime and a shame. Batra deserves more love. I'm bummed I missed out on that Super 7 Ultimate. Meh.
Mogira.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I did like Mogura's repaint thing that he was doing last time, but this is so fucking good. Just a nice, shiny silver, thick, flat blue, and a little bit of yellow. Oh, and not to mention back for his little fucking tail butt hole back here and everything. Look at those feet, blank. Anyway, this is a great looking figure. I need more of Mogura, both Heisei and Showa, in my life. The movie monster series figure that I have is not bad in any way, shape, or form, but it's such an underrepresented kaiju, and I'm glad that I have two versions of him from Trendmasters that slappy slap. I just need more. Beyond all that, the detail here, Mogura is rather boxy. We all know this. But the amount that Trendmasters was able to do with Mogura is just awesome. Some of the detailing might be a little bit lost and kind of muddy, but once again, Trendmasters was doing it like nobody else was doing it. And this classic screen-accurate colorway Mogura is, yes, it's just such yes. You really can't go wrong with something like this, and I know it's not going to happen, but I would love if the movie monster series could just adopt this mold and then put it out as like classic toy version. But regardless, I love this mold. Yet again, this is how I found out about who the hell Mogura was. Thank you, Trendmasters. Y'all did a great job. I love this. Moving on.
Rodan.
Damn, Rodaniel. He'll be the second figure in this video that's not exclusively from the box set that I'm talking about overall. It was another 2-pack. I think it was Rodan and Godzilla, ironically. I think Godzilla is in most of the 2-packs. Overall, this design for Rodan is ridiculous, but I don't think Rodan has ever looked cooler. Bro is clearly built like a tank, repping some wild colors for that of a Rodan figure, and this is just so incredibly 90s. He actually looks like the pterodactyl character from Extreme Dinosaurs a little bit when looking at his head. Originally, I was going to say Ridley, but Ridley had a couple different things going on. But anyway, you might not be able to tell, but these eyes are actually a yellowish green. They are not going to be the bone yellow color that is being shown on camera, and I really friggin' dig that. And just overall, the detailing present is bonkers, and I really love this colorway. Look at the detailing on these wings. Some of them are a bit dusty. This one's been tearing since I was a kid because I was one of those who, you know, once you got a posed figure in, you would just try and pose it, and then that started happening, so I stopped. Because, you know, as a kid, Rodan, he flaps his wings, so you want your toy to flap its wings, and then you inadvertently break it. For the most part, I dig what Trendmasters was doing with Rodan, so much so that I wish I had more of him. And I'm pretty sure there was more to get of him.
Mecha-Godzilla 2.
Mecha-Godzilla 3, he's kind of yellowing up, yes. I don't know if it was the material or just the paint or whatever have you, but yeah, Mecha-Godzilla is getting kind of yellow. It's not my fault entirely, but So despite looking like a piece of space titanium covered in, wiener barf, I think the coolest thing about this figure is just what Trendmasters were doing with the eyes, and yes, it does kind of look like pasta vodka, but the light orange and the deep yellow for the eyes is fucking nuts. It's so simple. It's such a minuscule thing, but I fuck with it so heavily. I don't give a right damn if his eyes are inaccurate to that of the movie. That just looks cool. And you know what? Fuck accuracy, just be cool. This is cool. Look, you can even see the jets on his back and the back of his thighs. You got the dorsal fin wafers going strong and significant. The side of his head looks like lightly stained boxers after a jog, but yo, who's counting? The detailing is fantastic. I love how it looks, and I love those tiny discernible teeths. I love that there's detail at the back of the throat and the bottom of the mouth, and probably, yeah, the roof of the mouth too. This figure is 4.5 inches tall, and it's got details like this. Again, look at how small this figure is. It's sporting shit like this. Always in love, always in surprise, always in support. I miss Trendmasters so fucking much. Again, look at those eyes. So cool. Thank you, Trendmasters.
Gigan.
Sadistic Robanized chicken. Gigan, like everybody else in this set thus far, will be sporting more movie-accurate looking colors, but even then, Trendmasters went wild here. I mean, the baby off pale blue, very cool. Always was a fan of a green Gigan. I mean, the green and gold, the green and gold, bro, if you were there for it, if you were alive for it, the bling era of that of hip-hop, Gigan should have been on chains everywhere. Look at that shimmery fade he's got on his sails, and I do mean all of his sails on every which side. The deep gold for his chest and tail, back, it's just all so cool. And it's a Gigan figure with an open fucking mouth. Holy shit, Bandai, can you get it together? And he's going to have that inside of the mouth colorway that Mecha-King Ghidorah had with the gravy innards and the blood red tongue. Speaking of blood red, look at his eye. His eye is sad. He looks like a very sad guy. He doesn't look evil or anything like that, but still looks badass. Sadistic Robo Chickens are indeed badass. This is an awesome figure. It's not 100% to the movies, but the idea is definitely there. The paint choices are awesome. The details are fucking fantastic. I love the sail on this guy with that shimmer. Gigan, he's probably one of the strongest of the set. Just for the fact, you know, he's close to what he looked like in the movie. He has some creative liberties taken, but he's also just really fucking cool. Also, he's a ninja.
Biollante.
And here comes the milfy BBK, big beautiful kaiju girl herself. Save for Biollante, canonically not having fucking legs. Look at those thighs. Jesus Christ, what is homegirl's fucking leg day? And on top of that, I mean, the nucleus over here with the orange and everything, love it, but the shade of pink is purple going on with all of these little orifices, these openings over here. Fire. Substantial. Fantastic. Let's go. The purpular doesn't stop there though, because Biollante surprisingly has purple on her tail, and it's going to move into her back and stop just at the very nape of her neck. You want to talk about a cool paint job that didn't need to be, but is and is awesome. Biollante is probably the poster child from Trendmasters. You've got dark fucking purple on multiple greens on this Biollante figure. You have my money. You already had my money, and it technically wasn't even my money. And look at this big, angry, crocodilian looking face over here, dog. The pink eyes, the green, the very, very pink innard mouth and all that. This is just cool. I'm sorry. We don't get Biollante figures as much as we probably should, especially in my opinion, where I consider Biollante a highlight of the Heisei era. I don't think that's much of a hot take nowadays, though. We need more Biollante, and even though, you know, we'll probably never get another Biollante ever again with fucking, you know, toned-ass legs. And look at these vines. This one in particular has got a lot of fucking shading on it, which is wild because none of the other ones really have it that deep, dark, or anything like that. I mean, it is present on some of them, just not as much as that one. Plus, I don't think Biollante's vines ever looked so mean. They kind of look goofy and just kind of there along for the ride. These MFs, I mean, it even looks like they have areas for eyes. Obviously, there are no eyes, but these ones, these is right here's, oh boy, they were there to hurt and maim and eat. And wow, are those details for tongues in those mouths? Oh my god, it is. I never noticed this had tongue detail. I've had this figure as long as I've been, almost as long as I've been alive, and I never noticed that before. Wow. See? Look at that. This is why I make videos for older things that I haven't talked about in a long time or ever on the channel. You start to notice things that you appreciate even more with time. But with that being said, I think it's about time we get to size comparisons. Shokuganzilla, Movie Monster Series Zilla, Bandai Sound Battler Godzilla 1999, Bandai HG Godzilla 1998, SH Monsterons. Hey! This was fun. I had fun. I don't know if y'all had fun. Hopefully y'all had fun. But anyway, fam, I have been ShinRobJira. Please do check out my social media, including my Patreon, where you can get access to videos like this days, hours, weeks, months, maybe even years in advance. And when next we meet, I'm closing off the Trendmasters-a-thon with something special. Truly special. And I hope you'll enjoy it. I mean, I think you will, because how often do you get to talk about prototypes?